Remember the Finebros? It seems like a billion years ago when they were relevant. Most of us remember them basically from their hilarious gaffe of trying to copyright YouTube reactions and the hilarious backlash that they suffered and their many cringe apology videos. What a lot of people don't remember is there was a grainy, possibly blackface video that surfaced. And ever since then, the Finebros have been in hiding. Well, except for nearly 20 of their employees, past and present, taking the time to completely drag them today in a new expose. Now, I don't know the Finebros personally. They seem like they're awful. How the YouTube giant behind kids react videos fractured under a toxic workplace claims and resurfaced blackface video last summer. Now, until last June, YouTuber power duo Rafi and Benny Fine were at the top of their game. The brothers had parlayed a childhood hobby of making radio shows and sketches into content giant they called Finebros Entertainment. Founded in 2007, FBE was best known for its React videos, catered to a digital platform like YouTube. There, it posted viral clips from a diverse network of creators of 30 million subscribers. In June 2020, it was bringing up 300 million views a month. To put that in perspective, like if I had to just ballpark how much money they were making per month, 300 million. I mean, I'm going to guess $2 to $5 million bucks, maybe more. It's hard to get an exact rate. I'm sure they had the highest tier of advertisers. Over the last 7 months, the once formidable empire has navigated rough terrain. In a grainy 2009 video that resurfaced last June, Benny Fine appeared in blackface as part of Degrassi parody sketch by Shane Dawson, coming amid a nationwide reckoning. Look, the whole thing, intent matters. Was he intending to be racist? I don't think so, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time on people's unintentional gaffes when there's plenty of intentional ones out there to be worried about. But according to former members of the LA-based company, the parody video merely skimmed the surface. Insiders spoke with 26 former employees and contractors about their experiences at working for the Finebros between 2012 and 2020, most before the company's public statements and some after. They allege instances of racism and discrimination from upper management, and said the behavior had fostered a toxic atmosphere. Now, make no mistake about it. When you talk to former employees, I mean, you're not getting the happy ones, okay? You're getting the ones that are, in many cases, they're at least most likely to speak disparagingly about their former company. I'm not saying that everyone's like that. I'm just saying in likelihood. This is why I don't take a lot of stock in for example, Glassdoor reviews of companies. These are all from former employee disgruntled. While they may be saying something true, it's tough to take them seriously, of course. Now, the Fine Brother former employees were talented creatives, but micromanaged everything from pitch meetings to thumbnails on videos. Good. That's called controlling your brand. Seemingly reluctant to relinquish control over what they'd built, the management was brought in to appeared to act as yes men, according to the employees. Some of the dynamic perpetuated implicit bias. Neither Rafi nor Benny responded to requests for comment on these claims in the article. Why would they? An FBE spokesperson said on the brothers' behalf that they shared their feelings during multiple full-time staff meetings and apologized about their regret for lots of content they produced during their early years. Some former employees of color say they experienced or saw bad behavior at Fine Brothers. After the blackface video resurfaced, the Fine Brothers tweeted an apology that was shared to the FB Instagram account. In the statement, they said they made terrible errors of judgment. They attempted to distance themselves from the clip, pledging to increase diversity at the company and give money. That's the common way, right? But for Zenity Zemet, hey, by the way, good on you for putting your name on something. I normally, I don't put a lot of stock in anonymous sources. I know they're required, but if you're, they're required for important things, but for writing hit pieces about YouTubers, you better put your name on that. One of more than 200, quote, reactors contracted by the cast members of React videos filming them, apology wasn't enough. She told Insider she felt disgusted when she saw the blackface video and quit after 8.5 years of working there. I mean, hey, I can't tell you how to feel. That seems pretty trivial to me, but I'm not black. I mean, I know it probably comes as a shock, so I don't really know. I can't know how that feels. She said her and several other black creators took part in a Black Lives Matter video at the request of the company to bring attention to the social movement at the end of May 2020. She then said she was sent an email to the general casting assistant about her safety concerns over sharing her experiences as a black woman publicly. She was ignored. The video was posted a few days before the blackface video resurfaced, then felt disingenuous, like it was performative activism to her. Well, that's all Twitter is. I don't know exactly who was supposed to do it. The vice president of growth platform, she added that, unfortunately, some people will face negativity on the internet because the internet is the internet. The reactors were ranked in a tier system. Oh, no. Oh, no. A company ranks employees by the better ones? This can't possibly be true. It was noticeable, but I don't think it was intentional, he said. I feel like I might have started as an unconscious bias, but after a time, enough people brought it up that it should have been addressed. An email response to questions from Insider about the tiers, the employee said race was not a factor in that system. FBE's lawyers denied that there were more white people in top tier and said that looking over a period of several years, 58.4% of the top tier talent have been people of color. A company representative did not provide more information. They then added that many reactors in the remaining 41% also identify as members of various underrepresented groups. Who cares? God, life must be really good. Look, you're not going to get me to defend the Finebros, all right? Their content is low effort, and while I respect their hustle, I'll never forget how they tried to copyright React. But this is it. This is the best hit piece you have, that they prioritize better creators over worse ones. 2 people said they felt that FBE staff would cast people of color in a way that felt exploitative. They profit from the idea that they're diverse without valuing it authentically. Well, they pay you, right? And when you get cast, you get paid more, right? One form of research said they try to capitalize and commercialize on it as much as they can. Hello, McFly. Welcome to corporate America. Every single corporation does this. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying everybody does it. Fine Brothers isn't any different. That's why I don't give a crap about this performative wokeness from companies. Like, get me a black, get me a black, get me an Asian, and get me 3 boys, 2 girls, she said. That's how they thought about diversity. Well, what else do you want? I don't understand. It's either the best person for the job or it's checking all the boxes. These two do not intersect very often. They might in a natural way occasionally. It also allowed many staff members to highlight possible prejudices and insensitivities and led to an ongoing and active dialogue about the kind of content that was being created. It wasn't content. It's garbage. It's filler content for 8-year-olds. 6 sources told Insider they were sometimes told to put a person with a lighter skin tone on the left, and others, former employees, have said publicly on Twitter that this had happened to them. The thumbnails were also a joint discussion in public Q&A. Okay, here's a hard fact for you woke idiots. God, why am I defending the Finebros? They're so good at what they do, they probably know that increases click-through rate. If nobody's clicking your video, you're not getting paid. It's not the Finebros problem that a particular way to lay out a thumbnail worked better. Insider conducted a review. Why? Of 1,000 thumbnails that included faces of reactors in a playlist between 2011 and 2020, omitting celebrities, YouTuber guests, now deleted videos, and thumbnails where faces were obscured or not the core focus. 58% of those faces counted were white, and 42 were people of color. So? What does this even mean? Who got paid to write this garbage? There were 434 thumbnails that included one reactor who was a person of color and one white reactor. Who? Oh my God. Who gets paid to write this garbage? Like the Finebros, I don't care for them. But Lindsay Dodson, this is your big expose? Like, we conducted an in-depth analysis looking at thumbnails. Some former employees said they experienced slurs and jokes. Following Kennedy Zemet's video, other former staff members and reactors, predominantly people of color, publicly shared their stories of working there. Jonathan Rosario Price, who identifies as Mexican-American, thank God you didn't say Latinx, stopped working with FB last summer after nearly 6 years as a reactor. He told Insider that he reported harassment he had experienced from another reactor who was white and had a larger profile than he did to management. Again, we don't know that skin color matters here. You're saying it does without providing any context. He said that the reactor made derogatory remarks to him about Mexicans and justified slavery by concluding that the unemployment was really low. Oh my God, this sounds like he told a bad joke during a party at the reactor's house. The party was not a company event, but staff were present. So again, not the Finebros problem. Rosario Price said he felt powerless while the reactor was making jokes because nobody else at the party stood up for him. What? It's a joke! Jesus Christ, you're soft. He said that he reported the incident. Somebody said a joke at an off-building party, and the CEO, he said he reported the incident, the CEO on a phone call, and he dismissed it as barroom talk. It was. Hustevet also said on the call that he couldn't publicly out somebody as racist. Well, he told a joke, and it may have been a racist joke, but that doesn't make somebody racist. I don't know why, like, people make jokes about white people all the time and, life goes on. I mean, half of these idiots in Hollywood, that's all they do is disparage white people. What is this? One employee felt like it was as if the white men in the room were egging each other on. Two former staff members told Insider in one meeting at the end of 2018 during his tenure, creative director Derek Bainham, who left the company in September, said that it didn't matter which Asian person they used in the thumbnail for a video about South Korea because no one could tell them apart. Oh, come on. This is like so low. I mean, come on. Look, should a boss be talking like this? No. Should employees in a professional environment be talking like this? No. Would I say something like this to an Asian friend of mine? Yep. Because it's like so cringe that it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, yeah, okay, but this is it? This is your big expose? I have a lot of patience as a person of color. No, you don't. You tattled on him, and now you ran to Insider to do it again. As a former gaming producer who was in meeting and identifies as Asian. All right, so you already use that kind of language. I've experienced racism. I have a tolerance for it to a certain degree if I know the person just doesn't know any better. These people know better. Really? I'm pretty sure people can tell different Asian folks apart. That's the worst of it. That's it. This is like nothing. In 2020, FBE posted a video of teens reacting to corpse husband. Two former production assistants told Insider that they were reprimanded by HR for discussing the favoritism they felt was apparent at the company in private messaging system during their time there. They said that they were told white privilege doesn't exist. It doesn't. Two other sources corroborated their accounts. Good, it doesn't. It sounds like they were like people of color were overrepresented at this company, to me. This is the dumbest article on the planet. I mean, I don't like the Finebros, but Jesus. Look at this now. Now, since this, in December 2020, just before Christmas, FB's management team told company's employees that the company was to be restructuring around a new business model and that all of them would fit into those plans. On January 17th, 17 employees across the company were laid off, including entire teams. Many of the remaining workforce are freelancers. Okay, maybe that's because half the country shut down and ad rates are in the toilet in January. Again, layoffs are always painful. We're deeply saddened. So what? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, along with the support has come some criticism from internet onlookers who have called her sensitive. She is sensitive, and accusing her of trying to cancel the Finebros. She is. That's exactly what this author is saying, whom I'm sure has a timeline full of garbage. But here you go. Here's your big article. 12 likes. Nobody cares. I probably won't even publish this video. Nobody cares. And you use trigger warnings. Double nobody cares. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.